Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Xiaolin Yan. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you Mr. Tim. Hi, Miss Tim. How are you doing today?
Hi, good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm also doing good, thank you. The reason I chose Miss Tim as my interviewer is because she is the only person I know holds senior positions. Not only that, she always been helpful and encouraged me to work hard. Also, she has always been a big influence on my daily life and my life values. I remember leadership is a process of influence. This is why Miss Tam is definitely a right person for my interview. So Miss Tam is currently work at the Royal Bank of Canada as a senior project management associate. And she was graduated from the University of Toronto electrical engineering and start work at the RBC as an executive assistant of vice president. With on-work training, job shadowing, and experience, she start working at a project team and lead projects. Through her hard working and drive to impact on others, she was recognized by leadership and colleague, and finally promoted as a manager. So without further delays, let's welcome Ms. Tan. Tan, thank you for your time.
No
And
problem.
let's get started with the questions. And Ms. Tan, could you describe your path in life that led you to the position of leadership? And
Well,
the past tense means your life experience or your work experience.
okay. So I actually start off as a studying as in University of Toronto as a electrical engineering, and during when you are studying is actually require a lot of hard work and it's challenging. So during that time, I learned that I have a goal, and then I have to be really working very hard to get the outcomes. And during that time, I understand that any hard work will pay off. So during that study, I tried to learn that self-consciousness on studying is very important. So then I started my work as a executive assistant at RBC, and then I worked really hard and I got the attention from my boss, and then they start putting me in big projects and I can start to learn from those project managers, and then through that I become my positions as a senior project management associate right now.
Thank you, Ms. Tam. Very good expressions. The second question is describe a crucible or a difficult time that was hard at the time, but in the end have formed you a leader.
I guess when everybody start a new job, there's a lot of mistakes that you're going to make. For me, starting as a project manager is kind of hard because it's the time that you start working with a lot of people. Before, all my position is more like a support work. Support teams always get appreciation and thank you from your managers or anyone asking you to do the work. But when you become a manager, you're trying to ask people to work for you. And sometimes people have their own idea and different people have different characteristic, personality. So you start to see the team and the members between them having conflict. So it's the time that I feel really hard to deal with those conflict and also learn that different people should have different way to deal with. So I guess this is the very hard time at the beginning, but slowly you learn the team and then you know the people and then it's getting better. So you know that the best way you work with the team is to stay focused and let everybody knows that what is our goal, and then everyone just focus at work.
Okay. The third question is, who do you consider to be your support team and why? The support team should be your employees or your family members.
Well, I guess support team, I think everybody in the team is important, but I think the most important person at work, I would say, is my managers, because you always treat your manager as your mentor. You how they work or how they deal with you, you actually learn their working habits. And then if you look at how they deal with the team, how they deal with the employee, you will learn from them how you're going to work with your own team. So I would say if I have any questions or anything that I encounter doing my work, I will definitely go to my manager first. He is my like mentor and also my trainer as being a leadership. So I would say whatever I have questions, I go to him, and he is really supportive. So I will say the success of me is like very important is part I have a good boss.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Tan. I think I have learned something from you. And the first question is, what are your key values and how do they impact your leadership?
I think there's a few things. I think first is drive to impact. I think this is so important that first you have a goal, and then you set your path, and then you actually work towards your outcomes. And of course, you want to improve the process, you want to simplify the process. So you want to do something that you can actually impact your team, not just how you work, but how we make the work more efficient and effective. So I think drive to impact is very important. And the other thing is try to improve yourself all the time. So you want to learn, and then you want to set goals that's not easy to achieve. So just don't feel comfortable with all the time. So when you success on something, you have to make new challenge to yourself. So you try to learn, you try to improve yourself, and also help your team to improve. I think that's the most important part.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tim. And the fifth question is, describe a few key people in your life and who have formed or impact your leadership.
I think I actually started off as a executive assistant of a vice president in Royal Bank of Canada. I guess that vice president, Rick, is a very important person that I learned from. I know he is so busy every day, like every single minute he is inside our meetings. But sometimes when I am with him in the meeting, I actually learn a lot from him, how to facilitate meeting, how to manage conflict from team members, and also how to be focused in the meetings. So I think this is a way that I learned from him. So how to be focused, how to be organized, and how to get the time efficiently. But especially when I learned from him, he actually have a very good work and family time. So it's like work-life balance. He did it so well. So I think he is one of the person that I think will impact my leadership. And I guess the second person I would say is, of course, my current manager. So when I learned from him, because he is a projects and program managers, so it's very hands-on learning from him. Before I actually work directly with him and see how he deal with the team. Always project management involve new people. People comes in and out, and how the new people impacting your team. And the key is communications and how people communicate with others. There's a lot of skills that you can learn. Well, I think this is so important that I learned from my manager. So I guess this is a very good hands-on experience that I can learn from both leaders.
Okay, thank you. And the sixth question is, how do you discover your sweet spot to know the profession that works best for you?
I think, yeah.
It is the work experience, or how did you find the job you like?
Okay, so at the beginning, you never know what you want to do, right? So this is good that I started with a assistant, like executive assistant in Royal Bank, and Royal Bank is a big company. There's a lot of people, different kinds of positions. So when I work with people, talk with people, you start to know what you want to do. So I want to be a project managers at that time, and then I set my career path. The good thing about being a project manager is I would say that when you set will want a delivery on a particular time, and then you try to make it on track, and then you get it done. So this is a accomplishment, and then it's like a self happiness that you can earn. It's like you set a goal, you achieve it, right? I think this is the sweet spot, and especially you don't have to wait for very long. We usually have deliverables every 3 months, 4 months, and then you will see your result very soon. So any hard work will pay off.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, describe your leadership style with your employees or team.
Leadership styles, I would say the best thing is servant leadership. We always work as a agile projects, and then we promote servant leadership. So you have a big group of people. Everybody is working on their own tasks, and then there's a lot of things going on every day. So as their project manager, the best way you can do is ask them what is their difficulties, anything blocking them to achieve their goals. So I will be a servant leader, helping them to remove all the blockers and just help the team to achieve our goal. So I think servant leadership works really well with our team.
Okay. And the next question is, how do you keep a balance between your work and your family or friends?
Well, I think during the COVID time, this is pretty difficult because everybody work from homes, and then your manager can call you 24/7. It's like during the weekends. So I would say like I try my best. In the weekend, you never work. Just say you never look at your emails. So you're just away from your work. But during the work hours, I usually try to block myself for 30 minutes to an hour in the afternoon to have my lunch. So you actually got some break, and then maybe walk around, and this is your personal times. You cannot get yourself to stress out. And I think I already tried my best, but we all understand that this is pretty difficult because when you're working at home, you have other family members at home, and then something happens, you get distracted. And so say, I still have to learn from it, but I will say the best way is during weekend, never look at your emails, and then never reply any phone calls. And then if it's too long, when you work too long, take a few days off. Yes. So just for vacations. No, even stay at home, relax, enjoy the time. Yeah.
Okay, I agree with that. And the next question is, do you believe there's a connection between your self-awareness and leadership ability? And the self-awareness is your value, personality, needs, hobbies, or your emotions. Is that clear?
Yeah. I think I understand what self-awareness. I think self-awareness make key concept to leadership. So if you have self-awareness, first you understand your strength and weaknesses. So you can explore more on your strength, which is opportunities. And when you have weakness, it's time to how to improve that. And then I also appreciate if my team members also have some self-awareness assessment. So you know what is the strength and weaknesses, so that you know how to deal with them. I think any projects, the key is communications and how you communicate with your team, gives instructions and how to talk to each other. But everybody is different. Every people have their own personality and characteristics, and also they have different culture. So you have to respect those. So if you know what is their culture, you know what is their weakness and their strength, I think it's the best for us to put them in the right spot. And also you learn how to communicate with them. And then when we encounter any conflict, we can point out those strengths and weaknesses, and so people can work together as a team more comfortably. So I think self-awareness is really important as leadership.
Thank you. I want to ask, who is a leader you admire and why?
I guess I would say is the CEO of Royal Bank of Canada. So we don't have a lot of time that we can actually meet the CEO, but of course we have a lot of like town hall and some video section that you can listen to our CEO Dave McKay, but you will know like how he deal with work, how he lead our team. So RBC have 45K of employee all over the world, and how he going to make us all having the same goal, and everybody is clear about what they are working. And then we understand the company, they appreciate everybody of their work. And also in this COVID time, everybody changed their work habit and how we're going to adopt it. I think this is not easy, but as the employee, I really appreciate, because if I want to know something, I can find out. If I need any help, I got a lot of people to support you. So I guess as a CEO with that big bank, it's not easy. And then he always being in front of their employees. If you want to find him, it's not like impossible. You can actually find a way to find him. So I guess this is important. So he be expressing himself so clearly what is our goal and what we want to do and how he appreciate the employee.
Thank you, Ms. Tan. And that's all the questions. And I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. I would say through Ms. Tan's experience, I have learned that we need to embrace our past experience and learn its lessons so that we can truly understand ourselves and our qualities. Also, we need to apply the lessons we have learned from our experience or life story to influence or inspire other people to develop their leadership. I always believe that leadership is a process of influence. Thank you.